What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon. NBA DFS video. It is Wednesday. We have a massive 11-game slate here. It is March 19th. We are back. If you didn't see our MLB video for this morning's game in Tokyo, you missed a lot. Our simulations were absolutely, and this is wild because it was only one game, but our simulations were on par for what we needed. If you went through that video, you saw that the simulations loved X, Y, and Z players that hit a home run. Ohtani hit a home run. I don't know if it was a home run. Might have been, we'll see. Replace as it was, we will still take it. He hit a home run. We had Tommy Edman hitting a home run. The simulations are working, which is awesome because first simulations with only a one-game slate, and we still have another week to tweak it. I cannot wait for you. So if you have not gotten in there yet, we still have the offer available. A yearly pass, normally $199. You can get it for $75 until the start of the season next week. All you got to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com. We also have a free Discord down below that you guys can discuss and everything like that. So we have a full slate of NBA today. We already have a ton of people already ruled out. If you've never been here before, anytime we have at least 5 games on the slate, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. The value picks will change throughout the day, so that is why I tell you, go to the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, about an hour before tip-off, and check out all the updated information under the NBA tab. If you want to check us out for a week, $10 for a week just to get your feet wet, to see if you like what we bring to the table, and then you want to get that yearly pass for $75 instead of $200 before the start of the season, go for it right now. Tomorrow we have PGA, Saturday MMA, Sunday NASCAR, NBA in between that as well. So that being said, anytime we have at least 50 likes on a video, we have a giveaway. As of the making of this video, we only had 49 likes. So we were very close. The likes are, if the likes get there to 50 by the start of tip-off of the main slate. So 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, any given night. So that being said, in kind of the same thing. So you got to be a subscriber to the channel. You got to leave a comment on this video for the comment picker to pick you up. And you've got to like the video so it can get to 50 likes. You do all that, you will have a shot at a free week of FTA Plus. 100 likes on the video is a shot at a free week or month of FTA Plus. 150 likes is a free year. 200 or more likes on the video, a lifetime pass. I know we can get 50 likes today. Let's do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the giveaway yesterday for the keyword. So the second way to win every single day, somewhere there'll be a keyword or key phrase. Type it in there and see if you are the winner. So this is for a free week from the keyword. There you go, Continental883. Please email me. I know you have an account on the website. Let me know your username on the website. The keyword or key phrase was baseball or baseball is back. So we're very excited. So after we go through the plays, we are going to build you a DraftKings lineup and a Fanduel lineup. Now, I will tell you, the lineup that we build today will change drastically probably for tonight. There are so many teams, so many players resting, so many players that are questionable that there is no way this lineup goes through and doesn't change. But this is your first look at a massive Wednesday 11-game slate. Tomorrow we have PGA. We cannot wait. The Valspar Championship, I believe it is. We have the cheat sheet up. We have the Bacon Station up. And we will be building lineups for you today as well. So we do core plays for basketball. We do core plays for football. We do core plays for baseball. We do core plays for NASCAR, MMA, and even PGA in our free Discord, which you can find down below. So that being said, just kind of looking at the initial Vegas odds. Now, depending on when you watch this video, the Vegas odds have probably changed. But as of right now, the highest over-under games, we've got the Wizards, who are a 3.5-point underdog. So we've got them going up against the Jazz. The Jazz are 3.5-point favorite, 236 over-under. So then you got Portland versus Memphis. In that same realm, 236 over-under. We've got Memphis as a 4.5-point favorite. We've got a 235.5 over-under. Phoenix versus the Bulls. Phoenix are 7-point favorite. And then we've got the Pacers at the Mavs. Pacers are a 8.5-point favorite, 234.5 over-under. So if you want to see that, definitely check it out. The biggest spreads right now, we've got the Timberwolves being a 12.5 point favorite, so definitely pay attention to that, especially for a blowout against New Orleans. That's one that we there's a lot of, there's a ton of games today, but there's a ton of teams that are in a potential blowout that would stink, because we're at the part of the season where a lot of injuries are occurring, a lot of people are getting rest, and I don't want to get screwed over by that. But furthermore, let's get into it. You can just see all the players that are already ruled out. Doncic, he is questionable, but he is probable. So let's get going. So looking at the point guard position, at the top, we got Luka going up against Denver, which should be a good matchup here. I think they just faced each other not long ago, right? He has faced Denver twice this year and averaged 59.6. But we are looking right around 62 to 65 fantasy points, especially with LeBron being out. He is 12.5, so he is very expensive to get in there, but I think he's one that we want to get in there. Another one I'm looking at is Devin Booker, right around 47 to 50 fantasy points. Cade Cunningham at Miami, looking right around 46 to 50 fantasy points. So those are top plays. When I'm talking mid-tier plays, on DraftKings at least, I'm talking right around that 8K mark or below. And then when I'm talking value, I'm looking at 5K or below, or players that can get at least 5.5 times value. You need a minimum, basically, to take down a tournament or even high in the money. Usually right about 6.5 to 7 times value minimum. And you're not going to get that all the time, but we'll definitely talk about it. And then at the very end, we will talk about the highest, probably the top 10 biggest value plays this morning before other value opens up throughout the day. That's why I tell you go to the website later. So mid-tier, looking right around the 8K or below. I'm looking at Jamal Murray, who is questionable, but we're looking at about 38 to 42 fantasy points. Jalen Green for Houston, about 37 fantasy points. And Darius Garland, right around 36 to 39 fantasy points. And then we get down here and we look at the value. So right in this, and you can see like Doughton is in here. Chris Paul, Alvarado, you've got all those guys. So if we're looking at value, some great value, A.J. Johnson for Washington, about 33 fantasy points. That's wild because he's projected almost 10 times value, which is unheard of right now. Again, early, but it should be sort of what we're looking at. And those are the kind of plays that I'm talking about. So then if we're looking at other value, Jose Alvarado right around 28 fantasy points. Jalen Hood Schifino for Philly, if he gets some run, about 27 to 30 fantasy points. So I am very curious. Yeah, game log wise, 30 minutes. The minutes have been there lately, and he had 23.5. We are currently having him right around 27 in this matchup against OKC. I am okay with that one. I am completely okay with that one. There's a ton of value to be had today. A lot of value is already here, so I don't know how much a ton of value will open up today, but it's great to see a lot of value with early simulation. So if you don't know what we've done, we've already simulated 10,000 times, and these are the early projections. So we got shooting guard. We've got Anthony Edwards at the top, right around 46 to 50 fantasy points. Austin Reeves right around 44 to 48 fantasy points. Desmond Bain right around 43 to 45. Go down a little bit, about that 8K mark in this range here. I'm looking right around Malik Monk, right around 36 to 40. Kobe White, 36 to 40. And CJ McCollum right around 34 to 38. And then if you want to find some value, some that has opened up. Not a ton has opened up for shooting guard right now. But in this area here, I'm looking at Luke Kennard right around 27 fantasy points. Cason Wallace is questionable, but if he plays, I like that, especially since SGA is out, about 27 to 30. And then Jordan Goodwin right around 27 to 30 as well. Moving to the small forward position. LeBron's already out. Thompson is out. Jalen Williams is out. That opens up value other places. But I'm looking at Josh Hart right around 43 fantasy points. Zion right around 42 to 45. Franz Wagner right around 39 to 40. Mid-tier, and you see it kind of just drops off right here. But you can see, like, I've got Josh Hart down here, but at the moment, he's at the highest projection. So that's where I'll say a lot of the fish that play, maybe they look at Wagner, Williamson, and that's it. Come down here, save some money, save $1,200, go with Josh Hart. I don't mind that whatsoever. So if we are looking at mid-tier in this area here, Anunoby, I'm looking right around 34 fantasy points. Devin Vassell right around 34. And Michael Porter Jr. right around 33 to 35. And then value opening up here. Kind of this area right here. As of now, sub 5K. Looking at Jordan Goodwin right around 26 fantasy points. Jaime Jaquez Jr., 26 fantasy points. And if he gets some run, Justin Edwards right around 26 to 28 fantasy points. So we move over to the power forward position. Top two out. I've got Kevin Durant right around 46 to 50. Paolo right around 46 to 50 as well. Chet Holmgren right around 44 to 48 fantasy points. And then it drops down in this area here. About under 5K. Or under 8K, sorry. I've got Julius Randle right around 39 to 42. Pascal right around 39 to 42 as well. Evan Mobley right around 39 to 40 as well. And then value-wise that we're looking at, this range depends on the lineups that come out. Jeremy Sokin right around 28 fantasy points. Keldon Johnson right around 26 to 28. And Kenrick Williams at 3,200, looking right around 26 to 30 fantasy points, which is perfect. Would get us near 10 times value. And those are the kind of plays that you need to be able to pay up for Luka or Jokic or whoever you want to pay up for today. So looking at center, I mean, Jokic missed last game. Right elbow. Screwed us over because he was, luckily we got the news, I think it was an hour before tip-off, so if you were around your phone, you saw it. Not 100%, and he's almost 13,000, which is a wild number. I don't know if I can afford to put him in there unless we find a ton of value, and he's not 100%. I think I'd rather go with Luka if we're paying that much. So looking at the top, I do have Jokic right around 65 fantasy points. I don't know if he's going to play, so this is something to kind of monitor. Karl Anthony Towns right around 52 to 55. We've got Isaiah Hartenstein right around 39 fantasy points. Mid-tier in this range, depending on what we're looking at, Nikola Vucevic right around 39 fantasy points. Kyle Filipowski right around 38 fantasy points. And PJ Washington right around 35 to 38 fantasy points. And if you are one of those, I mean, look at all these players that are already out. But if we're looking in this area for a value, I don't know how much value we're going to get, but we could look at Tristan Vucevic, about 33 fantasy points, which is a huge number for his price. Wendell Carter Jr. right around 31. And then we could look down a little bit further. Jackson Hayes, if he gets some run, 27 to 30 fantasy points. Now, those are just some of the plays, some of the projections. If you want to see all of them, you can go to fantasyteamadvisors.com, NBA tab, check out simulations, check out projections, check out our cheat sheet, check it all out. Now, we are going to talk about the value plays. So value-wise, the biggest value overall, not just each position, overall, at the moment, at 8:30 a.m., A.J. Johnson is the biggest value right now at 3,500 on DraftKings. Tristan Vukovic, 33, second. Number 3 is Jalen Martin. Number 4 is Kenrick Williams. 5 is Jake LaRavia. 6, Nick Richards for Phoenix. 7, Jaime Jaquez Jr. 8 is Colby Jones. 9, Wendell Carter Jr. And number 10 is Jalen Hood-Schifino, coming in at 4,300 against an SGA-less OKC. So those are some of the projections, some of the simulations, and the top 10 early value picks for your first look at the NBA right now. So what we're going to do is we are now going to show you a couple of lineups that we are going to build. So these lineups are strictly tournament only. They're first look lineups. They most likely will change because we're into the part of the season where the playoffs are right around the corner. People are sitting. People are resting. People are hurt. They're gaming the system. They're doing a lot of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a FanDuel lineup that I've already built. You can see I paid up for Luka. pay down for A.J. Johnson, pay down for Jalen Martin, pay down for Vukovic. Like, you can see that we are paying down, like, a lot to be able to afford a $12,000 Luka on FanDuel. To get a Nikola Vucevic here, we've got a lot going on, but these are early lineups, and Luke has got that questionable game time decision tag. He most likely will start. I don't see how he misses, so that is why when we look at that, I feel some of this will change a little bit. So don't just lock these lineups in the morning and then completely forget about them. We do not want to do that, but this is a lineup I'm going to lock in right now, and then we're going to build you a DraftKings lineup real quick. So a lot of these are a ton of value to be able to pay up for other positions. And you're going to see, I mean, for the most part, the lineups are kind of similar. Like I said, I think a lot of people might be sleeping on Josh Hart today, where he's like halfway down the list and people are just going with the top. I mean, that seems like what a lot of people are doing. Now, Hartenstein is questionable. Is it game time decision, though? He last played Sunday, so he's had a couple of days. I'm in this questionable tag, could have popped up somewhere. So we'll just kind of wait to see. And give me a second. Oh, you know what? Let me redo what I was doing. Let me pause the video real quick. Okay, just had news come over on Twitter that two players that I wanted to use were out, so I had to redo the lineup here. You can see it's very OKC heavy. A ton of value to be had on OKC, which you're going to see that with how close we are to the playoffs and SGA sitting, which opens up so much more value. But you can see Quentin Grimes being 8,600 is wild to me. Like, if you look at his price, it's drastically gone up in the last week. I mean, and just this year, I mean, back in February, he's 4,800, which is wild. And he's just gone up. But you can see the game. I mean, he's coming off 76 against Houston. Played 43 minutes in that loss. 13 rebounds, 46 real points. It's wild. So you can see a ton of value here. A.J. Johnson, Martin. We had Kenrick Williams. Like, this is a tournament lineup, but the only one in here is questionable, which is Doncic, but he is probable. The problem is we're to the part of the season where one of these guys may just be out later as soon as lineups lock, which kind of stinks. That's why I'm kind of going back a little bit on basketball, and I am prepping and getting the algorithm and everything ready to go for baseball. We're very excited for baseball. I believe baseball's a week away, right? I think baseball's a week away. I want to say it's opening day. March 27th. Yeah. March 27th. Next Thursday. 8 days and we've got real baseball. I cannot wait. If you've never been here when we've had baseball, 40 to 45 minutes are normally the breakdown of the video, but we'll put chapters out there for you. We'll get everything ready for you. So let's have a fantastic Wednesday. The second to last Wednesday without the full season of baseball. Technically, it started yesterday, but for every other team, it starts next Thursday, which is awesome because in 2 weeks from this Friday, Verdansk is back, and we are gaming. I don't know if we're going to do it on this channel. Some of you guys like to game. Maybe I'll put a section for gaming, and I'll just start uploading on here, which would help out because I could get paid for that as well, instead of starting a new channel right off the bat. Very excited for you guys. Hopefully, I've had a lot of people have come into Discord and shown some winning lineups. A lot of you have emailed me some of your winnings and showed me what you've been doing, whether or not it was NASCAR, MMA, football, basketball this entire season, whatever you guys have been doing. It's been awesome. The people that have watched the ads and clicked on the ads, that helps out more than you know. The people that have donated straight to my PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, that has been amazing as well. And I want to continue helping you guys out as much as I possibly can. Again, it's only me doing this. I have a full-time job on top of this, plus 2 kids and a wife back in nursing school. So it's a lot, but I'm bringing it to you as much as I possibly can. So let's have a fantastic win.